look, I want to get your take on specifically what China is doing, because Scott Bessent was pretty clear when we were talking about the race to win on AI when he joined me just a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, when he said that we will not stand for theft when it comes to our AI models from communist China. Watch this.
We are finding watermarks of our U.S. large language models on many of the Chinese models. The U.S. government supports open source, but what we do not support is IP theft. The other question might be, should companies that are using Chinese models have to disclose that to their customers? These models have to be held to the same standard that U.S. models are, but more importantly, are they using stolen materials? There's a very technical AI word for it called distillation, but you and I would call it theft.
What about that, Gordon? We know that China has been stealing intellectual property from the United States for decades. Now, are they doing it on AI models?
Well, they certainly are. And I love the Treasury Secretary, and I think he's doing a great job, but he needs to stop warning the Chinese and start imposing costs. On July 16th, we saw Kimi K3, the Chinese AI model. It was distilled from Anthropic's Fable. But there's no excuse for that happening, because on January 20 of last year, DeepSeek released its R1 model, which was distilled over ChatGPT-4, which was a violation of OpenAI's terms of service. So, look, we know this has been going on for far too long. We need to stop talking to the Chinese. We need to start doing something, because they're not impressed by the Trump administration's words.